No mames, no hace
Look
nada.
how easy that was, bro.
Looking at. Wow, that shit was kind of hard. I remember Brian Johnson. It was like, was that so hard? And Brian Johnson was like, yeah, that was actually kind of the hardest thing in my life. That thing was funny, bro.
Yeah, that was the hardest thing in my life.
Yeah. I love Brian Johnson. Shout out Brian Johnson. Alright, y'all good?
I'm good.
What's up, guys? We got some tales for y'all. I'm one of your hosts, Jhordy.
I'm Heber.
It's your boy Lil Scopic, aka OGKO.
We got some tales for y'all. So first off, we're gonna start off by having fun in the big picture.
And then I'm gonna be secondly talking about trying new things and opening new doors.
But yeah, I'm gonna be talking about the big picture in terms of how I viewed creations and massively planning them out before really going too far in the starting process. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start off with having fun and big picture as well.
Look it up. All right, so I really wanted to talk about having fun at the end, because if you're not really enjoying anything you're doing, then what's the point of even, you can exist, but like you're not even existing, you're not really there with it. And I'm coming from a place where I'm extremely analytical, and I will go about doing I created a system called gardening, and it took me like 8 months, and I finally hit the end of it. And I was really going at it when I was working at this job, this furniture job, and I was cranking it down, and I was trying to become this damn assembly line of tasks, and I was doing the task, but I felt my body was so resistant towards it because I wasn't enjoying it anymore. But it was getting so much done. It's extremely productive, but it's not even like, I'll be at the end of that place, and then I snap into it. Like I would dissociate while doing those tasks, so I wasn't fully living in the task. And I was like, fuck. Like I'm not even living at this point, you know?
I see what you're saying. But you seem to not be okay with that, like at all.
I'm not okay with that, because I'm just going off. I'm not enjoying the journey. I'm not like smelling the flowers, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Like I think of The Alchemist, how the main character was having he had a spoon with oil in it, and he had to make sure, or a lantern or some shit, I don't know, and he had to make sure that none of it spilled. So he was focused on the end goal, on not spilling it, but at the end he will get there and not even seeing anything around him.
I see.
So
yeah.
And then he's like, the king told him to go back and enjoy it, like do it, but look around you. So he did it,
Right.
but he spilled all the oil. So he has to be at the balance of those two, the chaos and order, like actually combining those two things and living within both of those. Because if I'm just so focused on not spilling anything, then like I'm not living it. I'm not taking in this experience. Like
with specifically that job, would you want to take any of that? Because I feel like in relation to my job, like it's like monotony, so I'm okay with not taking in a lot of that.
Okay, I understand that, but what I'm trying to get is when you're actually trying to build your life that you want. And I'm talking about, like, sometimes jobs can become monotonous, and when you're not really, you're just getting it to get the money. But at one point, you're gonna have things you actually want in your life. Or say you're having those things, but you're not gonna be like right now, what I'm just thinking about the end, like, oh, gotta go. And I'm not actually sitting here with my words. And like, this just would be another cast, close the book, post it, that's it, you know what I mean? Then it just becomes monotony, like it just becomes habit.
Oh,
but if I'm not there with the words, yeah, my attention is someone else, but my vessel is just speaking because I've just gotten good with it.
It's very automatic.
It's very automatic, and I'm comfortable. But if I'm truly there with every time, and I'm really in the experience, yeah, it just matters so much more.
Yeah, I get you. Okay, I hear you.
And that's what I'm going about. Like, you know what? This is like some shit I'm actually really trying to build about. And I remember I think it became so hard for me for like the cast because it was becoming monotonous to me. Like it was like, well, I got so automatic coasting through the cast. But now it's like, I can actually talk about some shit. Like I've been talking about shit I'm interested in, but I'm actually here with this shit now, you know?
Yeah.
And that's the difference. And like you're actually present with what you're doing.
like you really see, like you almost see it in a different angle.
Yeah, I like how Heber was like. I mean, I was talking to Heber about it, and he was talking about like he was talking about trying to bring in topics he's actually interested in, and like it can have a benefit towards people. And I just wasn't. I was just like so into like the habit of making stuff. I'm like what's the point? You know what I mean? Because I wasn't enjoying it.
You didn't see that, or what do you mean?
I didn't see it because I was so in this like it became habit.
You said you were like a machine.
Yeah, because like a machine. Yeah, and like, if I push through things I don't enjoy, then I'm like, I mean it's life, but now it's like I have a goal, like I have a purpose, and I have like a big picture.
Oops. Which is what exactly?
The big picture. Oh man, that's so much to go into.
It's kind of big.
It's kind of big.
I kind of want to hear what you got to say in just
Okay.
like a sentence of the picture. You know what
So
I mean?
in the short run,
large.
big, big. In the short run, awareness with creation, and that's
Awareness with creation.
yeah, that's literally my purpose. That's it.
And do you think that because like the monotony of it, and like you possibly didn't attach that idea to your ideas in the past, or?
Tell you?
Because if you attach that, you know, awareness with creation purpose to the things you want to speak about, like, then you would see it, right? You'd see that it
Yes.
will have an impact.
I get that, but I feel like the only way I can explain it was I knew I was working on myself, but I was like the watcher of it. Like I knew it mattered. I knew the stuff I was talking about mattered, but I was so like, it was so casually said, and it's like so nonchalant for me now to work on myself because I'm always doing that. So it was just coming out, and it was just like, it was like a cleansing. It's like letting the oil, like a dirty oil spoon, and just changing it out. Like it's like,
Rather than like purposefully.
yeah, it was that as well, but not too much. It was basically like not too much because I was so overwhelmed by the big picture of my life, and I was like, fuck me, like how the fuck I'm gonna do that? So everything just became like, I gotta become a machine so I can do this, you know?
Yeah.
So I wasn't actually there for the most part.
Really?
Which is pretty crazy.
For the most part?
For the most part, yeah.
Well,
What's up?
like I'm thinking like, so where were you?
Watching.
But like for the most part, right? So I'm like, you're watching most of
It's
it.
pretty crazy. Like,
What were you
grasp.
tuned into? I don't know. Like we might never actually fully know, cause like that was, you know. But
I can only explain it as in like, I mean, I can experience it right now as in like, I'm only in this vessel, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like everything I'm experiencing and everything coming out is just its expression. And this is my filter of like my words.
right, cause it's gotta speak somehow. It's gotta.
Oh, of
it's
course,
gonna
but
show
it's
somehow.
becoming more like, this is just what I am now,
Yeah.
you know?
Uh-huh.
And everything just like, it just broke apart completely.
But now you're aware of it.
Yeah. Now it comes full circle. Like in Buddhism, you come like in the non-duality, you get rid of all your fucking all your labels on you, and you get rid of it, and you strip yourself down completely of all your damn labels and who you are. But then you come back to your pureness, and you come back. It comes full circle in duality and non-duality, which is fucking mind-boggling.
Yeah.
But I understand it now.
You mentioned something about the gardening system earlier.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the peeling part of it, wouldn't you say?
That's how I think.
Yeah.
That's literally how I think.
For the listeners, describe what the peeling is.
So the peeling is like,
In the beginning of it, the derooting. Or
yeah, deep-rooting is the name of it. But peeling is like when you get to a point when you just like become so aware of your emotions that once you feel them, you don't feel them anymore because they just peel off you. Like you still feel them, but the point is like you hyper aware of it and you understand it so well so it doesn't hurt you anymore. Like you heal it instantly, and it's like you don't have to go through that anymore. So when it does come up, you understand it like that.
yeah, I see.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Was that a good summary of feeling was? Like I feel like that was like I pretty said it
How
well.
easy was that for you though?
It took me like 3 years.
Really?
Yeah, of constant. I mean, but it's different for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I started like senior year when I got it. Then it's like that compound interest. That's the only like thing I can really say of like. I tried so many strategies out of like becoming aware.
Yeah.
So I just became compound interest.
Damn.
But now it's like, oh, at the end he's like, oh, this is what. I was like, this was pointless, but at the end, like, I know I needed it. Because you get rid of it all.
Many trials with being aware. Finally, you found one that worked. Right? You were like,
I just became so open.
Okay.
But like, I'm here. That's it. That's kind of. And I'm like, oh, this is tight, you know? Like, this is about it. It's just like.
Good to hear that, man.
Yeah. We're here, bro.
Good
We're
shit,
fucking
bro.
here.
Good shit.
On planet Earth.
Yeah. We're on a
like-
fucking rock right now with a couple birds around us with water behind us. You know what I mean? We got a couple beings around us.
Yeah. Like being aware of like how we got here to this very moment. And just like.
And I'm able to now witness all creations in its own individuality, and that's for me as well. Because I remember in non-duality, you go like, I got so fucked up. I'm like, not fucked up, but like I was in the state. I'm like, am I the tree? You know? So I couldn't individualize myself. You know?
Oh, okay.
And
You couldn't?
I couldn't.
But like, usually that's not.
I know. That's what. But like, I was talking to Miguel earlier. Like, so you don't feel those birds?
Yeah.
And you're like.
I
don't. I have no other way to
Because he was
explain.
talking
It's like,
about
you know when
feeling
you
the
know.
weight of the bird's feet, and I was like, huh?
Yeah, I don't really know how to explain it. Like, you get it when you get it.
But it makes sense. Like I know what you mean. I just can't like.
It's like you're latching on to
I can't do it like
everything
that.
you see.
Yeah, I'm hyper. Like, I'm there.
Like I feel like your soul is like it has like arms that are stretching very far.
I
and
mean,
it's touching
Real.
everything.
They got like
I mean-
tentacles or something. They could just.
That's
you
what
know?
that's what I'm saying.
I mean, to understand anything, you have to let yourself go. You know.
Oh, so you think maybe before they were like inside and then they.
I couldn't. I was overwhelmed by them. I couldn't piece them apart.
Oh, okay.
That's when like
Oh, so it's always been
that's always been there.
there. Oh.
It's always been there, but I'm able to understand it. You know.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, this is not a curse. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, I remember I used to be with people. I was more like attached to people, and I remember I started getting into like empath, you know, and like I'm like, am I an empath?
Are you?
Sure. I don't know, I guess. And I remember I used to feel these people. Then I would text them and check up on them, and I was like, my intuition was dramatically correct, like at least 90% of the time. But I was like, is everyone just suffering? Then I got to that conclusion that you can make anyone suffering, to be honest.
Okay.
So like,
But that's interesting how like that's always like been with like a part of you, and now you've like kind of like you're able to see it better and understand it better.
oh, I have something. I have just a thing. I used to see that shit in fear, but now I love that shit. You know,
Oh,
it's
wow.
completely the opposite. Yeah, I got into that point of fully accepting what I am. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
Accepting what you are.
That's what it is. I just came to that right now.
Oh,
That's tight.
What you are. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what you are.
That's what I am.
Yeah, because like I'm like that's you, you know.
Yeah.
Because like I guess like my girlfriend's been telling me a lot about like how she views people's souls. I guess you know, and like she does it really well. And like she described your guys's, and I'm like yeah, and like I'm starting to kind of like get in tune with it. And I'm like I see you, bro.
That's
like
crazy,
I see you, bro.
It's so tight.
You guys ever like?
I do that all the fucking time.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I can't help it, bro. Like, yeah, I'm there, bro. Like, what can I tell you, bro? Like,
Yeah.
like, oh man, I just lost the topic, but yeah, that's literally.
Nah, not me as much. Like I don't know. I feel like it's a little sumptuous, you know.
Yeah, I get you. It is,
but
100%.
you have to understand that they're assumptions, but also you in tune, you know.
Yeah, you just tapped in, That's something like.
You gotta believe it first, foremost. But yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I can get that where you're coming from.
Whoa. Sorry, little
A
something.
little dramatic.
That's not it.
That's
Featuring
not it.
birds. But
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I can just imagine.
I can
how much
understand it
truck
though.
you
I feel like there are some
think-
people that are more gifted than others with those kinds of things.
Well, not even just that. I guess it's really like, well, I feel like what it's mainly about is like you found yourself.
got. Mm-hmm.
Like you really
Yeah.
see yourself.
Yeah,
Going
yeah.
back to that.
It's like where you are. I'm like, I don't even know if I'm there yet. You know.
It takes
like I'm
time.
like, I'm,
Yeah, I
I'm
get
like,
you, I
I'm
get
working
you.
through it.
I'm like, but you got me through a lot of like that, just like
I'm
the
working
moment.
through it.
But from that day, it compounded interest like a motherfucker, bro. Like
Compound
dramatically,
interest.
bro.
Compound
You're part of the catalyst, Heber.
Yeah, literally, you ripped up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's it called? I saw the bigger picture. That's what happened to me. Yeah, what's it called? But I remember the topic. I used to make people want to be like me. You know what I mean? But then I was trying to work I was trying to work those, like, I was trying to make you go through stuff so I can understand it, but it was just me trying to find myself through other people. So that was my way of, like, understanding, you know?
Yeah.
But now it's like, this is my life.
So would that like involve like giving them advice so that they could go through a certain path, but it was like correlated to you?
Yeah, I would live to them.
Huh?
I would live to them.
live to them.
I would hyper live to them.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah. I mean, maybe just from my filter only. Who knows?
Yeah, because
But-
everyone's so different.
Yeah, but I feel like I can, like,
Can you interact with everybody like that? Or like
I can't imagine someone I've
what?
cut out.
What do you mean?
Like,
Like, I ain't gonna try to understand this person.
Well, no.
what do you mean? I don't know.
Because like you're living through them, as in you're giving them actions of how like I guess.
I don't know, but it would come solution based. And so it become
that's
so it
what I
become
mean.
unempathetic. Like it just be like, do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's very hyper analytical. So I can, like, I mean, like, some people just don't want that, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't want
Yeah, a
that
lot of
shit, you
people
know?
don't want that.
A lot of people don't want that.
That's okay, you know.
And that's fine. And I've gotten to the point I'm like understanding, like, I still need things to learn, like, much more, like, compassion, to be honest. And that's like the next point, in a sense, starting, because like the mission is to help everyone, you know. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, I wanna be there, but to be like, I feel like.
I feel like you had to be there for yourself first.
Yeah, basically, yeah. You have to be like, oh, it's up to me.
Yeah. Before you can be there for everyone, right? Like
Yeah.
you said,
Mm.
you really had to start with yourself, and I feel like you're finally getting to that point where,
Yeah.
like, bam,
Yeah, individuality.
Mhm.
I'm finally getting to individuality.
individuality.
Because it was mainly like through other people. So now
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I got my own shoes, you know?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, okay. So it's like it was initially you doing it for other people, but you skipped yourself along the process, and now you're going back, filling those gaps, and then
I'm seeing how everything, like, it was all needed to be like that.
yeah.
For me to be like this being, you know?
There's this saying, it's like in order for you to truly find yourself, you have to lose yourself in somebody else or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
you find yourself in serving others.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that woman, I was like, that's facts. By Gandhi or some shit. I was
Gandhi.
like,
Oh, okay.
that woman, when I took a photo of her on her back, oh, that's fire, bro.
Word.
Took it, sent it in the group chat, I forgot it. Hopefully I find it, send it, just post it. But yeah,
It makes sense. Okay.
yeah.
Shit, man.
But yeah, that's what I meant by having fun. It's just like, oh, I'm here now. That's about it.
Having fun. Okay.
Yeah. That's the whole bitch.
It's really not like the common definition of fun, but to you,
mean-
that's like anywhere, anytime I can have fun.
Oh yeah.
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 In your words, I'm saying. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that, bro.
Just how y'all feel about that? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if y'all.
I'm thinking about like.
I don't know if y'all ripped off to that, to be honest. I don't know if y'all
Oh,
can.
I was just thinking about the whole you find yourself in serving others, and for you it's very clear how you wish to serve others, I guess. I think I'm still on like a searching path for that. You know, Miguel, I know you spoke of like helping people through music.
Yeah.
Is there anything else to do that? I mean, obviously, like, surely there's like something in relation to school later on in life.
Yeah, absolutely. I
You'll
feel
find, obviously, we'll find more
I feel like-
as we go through
I
life.
feel like that's like the whole point of purpose, you know? I feel like
Well, yeah, for sure. Always in servitude of others, definitely.
yeah, and so I feel like part of my mission, or if not the whole mission, is to change the world in a way that I can help everyone, or like as many people as possible,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah, so
but
with
I remember
school-
you were talking about you had a different point of view than me. You were like, leave your mark.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm not like that.
Really?
I'm not like
Yeah,
that.
that's
Yeah.
like the idea of legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Legacy. I'm very big on legacy, dude.
I-
Like,
Nah, I have
It-
nothing to prove.
It can, no, it can be helpful because
Yeah.
at that
It can
because
push
then
you.
it could push even people after you,
yeah.
and that's a big part
I
of
get
legacy.
you.
That's like I want to be a part of history, so like people can be like, oh man, like if he could do it, I could do it, and then like
It's like the
you
inspirational
keep
people.
helping people even when you're gone. You know what I mean? Like
I
that's
get you.
like
Yeah,
you're
Oh,
not
that's-
you're gone but not forgotten type
yeah,
shit.
like a lot of people that are dead of helping. You know?
I think I'm so conceited in my ideas that like, oh, that's happening. That's gonna happen anyways.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And I
you
wouldn't
know,
say
I
it's-
see that viewpoint.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's that I'm trying to. I have nothing like you said. I have nothing to prove. I wouldn't even say it's about having to prove something. It's just it's going back to the whole like I want to stay here as long as possible and help as many people for as long as possible, even if I'm not physically here.
I think I
in this
know.
vessel.
I think I know that I'm always gonna be here, anyways.
Yeah.
There's
Even
that.
even
Even if
after
you're not
that,
in this
you know?
vessel.
But specifically about legacy, I feel like individualized legacy will become less and less, from this point forward in time because of like, I guess like collective minds,
Mhm.
like minds coming together. And it's gonna be a collective essentially. That's the legacy, is the collective, and it's not gonna be as individualized anymore as previously.
You're following an idea.
Yeah. 'Cause previously, the individualized people that have legacy are, people, the head of companies, the inventors, the discoverers, the pioneers.
The people who want to be, I'm the greatest type shit, you know what I mean? Like Michael Jordan, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
that's what came to mind. Like,
It
people were
branches
like,
out for sure.
yeah. That's what I thought of.
Okay. Yeah.
I thought of
Okay.
all the scientists, physicists.
Sorry, I thought of- I thought
Imagine
That's
like
cool.
being like not leader, but like being like leading on like a movement or a following of some sort. Not like a cult, but like
So essentially, it is that.
It is that.
but like
we shouldn't
but
be
like
scared of that
without the
word.
negative context behind it, because a lot of people view that and like they think of Charles Manson or whatever, but
I
like
thought of that.
I'm thinking more like a change, like a what is it called, a reformation, like a change but for the better type shit.
That's
like,
a good word. I don't know what it means, but I feel like it's a
type
good word.
shit,
Reformation.
like MLK, bro. Like it goes back to history. I mean, I'm just thinking like with music. I think that's something that I would definitely want to do. And I see a lot of people do that with a lot of their brands. It don't even have to be music. You know what I mean? It could just literally be with anything. I think that's part of marketing too, to be honest. But I don't even see it in that light of things. I see it more like just part of the whole
part of the way
collective
life's
legacy
Yeah.
part of it. Yeah. Where my hour, bro?
I think because and also another thing is like, I think I was so in because I was like, oh my god, I have so much to fucking learn, you know. I'm like, I have so much to learn, you know. It's pretty good. I just like, oh, all right, might as well enjoy this shit, you know.
And like going back to how you're aware of creation now, or awareness with creation, it's like you see, because you're so aware and like you're part of the creative process, your creative processes, if not all of them. So it's like you're aware of the potential, and then it becomes so addicting, bro.
Oh hell,
It's
I
like-
mean, it just becomes life at that point, you know.
Yeah, I think I become addicted to that shit.
Yeah. You see how everyone has it inside them.
Mm-hmm.
And you were talking about seeing souls in other people. Like, yeah, you see it, and that's everyone. And then you used to bother me, like, leave me the fuck alone, like these thoughts, you know?
Yeah.
And it's so odd coming back because I remember wanting to make this fucking platform. I'm like, why is this idea with me? Like, leave me alone, you know?
Really?
It's such a fucking burden. It felt,
Really?
yeah.
Oh, because of how large it is.
How large it is. I'm like, bro, like, oh my god, this is too big. Like, this is too much.
Yeah.
I'm like, why is this idea like it won't go away? And he was like, I was like, and my life has stacked on top of each other in this particular way for me to create this thing, you know?
Yeah.
So crazy, man.
I feel
that's
like those
God.
are the ideas that you just have to go for.
Yeah, like I have no choice. You know?
Mhm.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
choice.
you literally have no
I have
choice.
no
Have
free
no
will,
choice.
you know?
Yeah. It's gonna keep biting you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's torture when you become this aware. I'm not gonna lie. If you don't do it, yeah, if you don't do that shit.
Yeah. And I be thinking, like, I feel like a lot of people don't do that. Like, I feel like a lot of people have what you're experiencing, and that, I feel like later on when they don't, I feel like later on, I was waiting for that to happen.
We're gonna joke that this is gonna fall. We're gonna die laughing when this falls.
It happened.
Sorry.
But I feel like for people that don't follow with those kinds of but like those kinds of ideas, like especially the ones that are like constantly like the back of your mind, I feel like that like really leads to like resentment later on in life. Like, fuck, I could have
it's
done
going to
this.
teach you. But and also, like, even in the moment, because you're aware you're not doing it, you suffer. How do you deal with that suffering?
Oh God, how do you deal with that suffering, man? I feel like you just have to
Because
first
you just explained
be,
about
like,
having
okay
fun.
with it.
And, like,
I was
yeah.
literally suffering for the
Yeah.
most part.
Yeah.
The
Do you
thing
think-
is
You think it's a lot better now? But like, is there still some
I
of it?
have the big picture. Like
Bro
I've
enjoys
shown
the
you.
pain.
I've shown you
Yeah.
it. I'm like, then I put a new part. Block out. Fuck that shit for now. Just focus on this, and I'm
Okay.
enjoying this part.
Right.
Instead of
Okay,
like,
so
I
that's
need to
what
enjoy
it is.
all of it.
That's
Going
what
back to
it
the
is.
gardening
Segments.
system.
It's taking away the big picture for a moment.
It's taken away. Cause there's a thing in when Moses.
Yeah, you need to.
When Moses saw the burning bush, God was like, "Don't look, bro. Don't look directly at me, cause it's too much." You
Whoa.
know? because it's too much to always see it at once, you know?
Yeah, it is too much.
It's
Like
too much.
I remember even like, you know, like I mentioned, like with what I wanted to talk about, like, you know, seeing the big picture of all these videos I wanted to make, and like going through making them, and then like as the process would be going, I'm still thinking of that big picture. So then I'm like, it's like adding even more to the present moment. It's
like, oh my god,
it's overwhelming.
Like, oh fuck me,
It's like okay, whoa, hold on now.
Whoa, man, fuck.
Like, well, yeah. So
Yeah.
Like last night I was having an idea. I'm like, oh, I see how this other idea I had wanted to be the main idea I used to have when I didn't have like a direction. Like Watch Me Learn. I was like, oh, Watch Me Learn could just be me learning shit and just like post my findings and me becoming like a local. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, here it is. Like, oh, this is gonna be helpful for a lot of people. I was thinking like how much shit I have that's helpful for people. Like, I don't need this, you know. Why would I gatekeep any of this, you know?
Yeah.
I was thinking like, oh, this like, you know, fitness. I just really thinking about myself and like, but with thinking of myself, I'm thinking for everyone, you know. Like this vessel's for everyone.
You're aware of that.
Yeah.
It's like, what aren't you aware of at this point?
I mean, I guess this is what I'm ignorant of. That's the shit I gotta learn.
I feel like once you figure, like, I feel like that's what's really gonna like make you tick, you know? Like, oh shit, I'm aware of something new, you know?
Yeah, but I still had to go to like, there's still like really dark stuff about the human existence.
yeah, there's always that.
Yeah, there's like that part, and I had to see that in
duality.
Yeah, I had to come to that with compassion, because if I don't, I'm gonna become extremely depressed. Because like, if you see the nature of the world, it's really depressing, you know? Because a lot of people never really get to the point of becoming really aware, and that's like the sad part. But I understand that we're all going towards that point anyway, so maybe not even in human form.
Yeah,
you know, it's pretty crazy.
That compassion is really important.
I see what Jesus was talking about, you know, shit.
Damn.
That's what Jesus was all about. Buddha. All those motherfuckers.
It's crazy, 'cause, you know, that compassion, you feel like you can feel the weight of the other side, you know?
Yeah.
And how heavy it is.
You see how important it is to help them. Rather than, but there's that quote by Kanye West, like, Jesus walk is like you walking by peace until someone shoots you, and then you walking by your own peace, you know. So it's like, what's like the best way to go about it? Because like, if someone hurts me, will my peace change, you know? Because this shit's just like my perspective, you know.
Yeah.
So I have to be grounded but loose as well in giving
The oil.
Yeah.
Going back to the oil.
The
man.
oil.
Order and chaos.
On them back.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, that's what I had in mind. Yeah, that's what I had in mind.
I'm like, that was fun.
Yeah.
Damn, I don't know if I have anything to add to that. I think that was really well articulated, man.
You think?
Any final thoughts on that, Heber?
I was just thinking about the compassion part, and like, how do you guys like,
So I was actually talking to y'all
Become more
last night about this.
Become more compassionate?
how do you guys handle compassion?
So with compassion, I've actually came to a realization last night, because we were talking about it on Discord. I was like, bro, like, I'm having all this, like, I don't know where this shit's coming from, but like, I was literally defining love in its simplest form, just coming to an understanding. It's a little bit like awareness, you know, but because I realized what the word understanding is, literally just standing under what someone is going through, essentially being in their shoes, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, wow. So all this shit literally was just like waterfall effect.
Yeah, I was like, oh, bro's becoming empathetic.
It was wild, bro. I was literally on the car ride back home from work. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? You know what I mean? And so I was like, wow, because I'm like, there's no way in hell I hate anything on this planet. Like, there's no way in hell. But like, at the same time, I'm like, I can't love everything and everyone. Like, you know, the voices be like the mitote, essentially. And so I'm like, nah, bro. Like, I think you can love everything and everyone, but like, it's just at the very minimum level. Like, you can't just tell anybody just randomly, bro, I love you, or hey, I love you, because, or at least you can, but not without telling them how, because everyone interprets it differently. And I feel like at the very simplest form, everyone can be loved by just understanding them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. If there's understanding in the world, it will break most of the conflict in the world.
What would you say? Like an enemy is just a stranger or some shit with an untold story or some shit like that. You said something along the lines.
So to show love without saying I love you, essentially.
Yeah. Let me hear you out.
Because I'm like, there's no way.
Oh my God.
There's no way you can be loved without being understood. There's just
like
no
then you become accepting of each other.
Yeah.
Like, do you understand me? Then it's not, do you agree with me?
Do you want to change me? No, but I want to push you.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, exactly that. But also, like, I remember in Green Light by what's his fucking name? Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, word.
And there was two people arguing, and Matthew was like, "Oh, I agree with this guy," and he's like, "No, do you understand me?" It's like, it's not a point. It's not about agreeing and choosing sides, because someone lost, you know?
Yeah.
Because if you understand each other, you can actually build with each other.
It's not about winning or losing.
It's not about that.
And it's going back to the whole thing about like your vessel trying to like help out as many people as possible. It's also about like, I think understanding is just like the very easiest thing. Like it's not easy. It's not easy at all for many people. It wasn't easy for myself, I'll be honest.
It's not easy.
It's not easy. That's the main part.
But it's the simplest
It's the way.
It's the way.
The simplest
It's the way.
It's the simplest
It goes back to like
form of love. Because compassion, right? We're going back to compassion. There's like the empathy, compassion, all those things. I guess what I was feeling last night, or trying to like understand the understanding, but you know, empathy. I think that's what I was experiencing.
Then the next part is like when you actually hear someone's like, you know what, I can actually help this guy out real quick, you know? Yeah.
And so you're trying to get to that path, right? On like trying to like
I just don't
help.
know how y'all felt about it.
No.
Oh yeah, well no, yeah, definitely. I think for a large part of my life, I wasn't very compassionate, even if I thought I was, you know.
Yeah. No.
I'm still getting better with it.
It really, like, everyone has their own time, you know what I mean? Everyone experiences it in their own time. Different times with life. Like, Chris, you're an early bloomer, in my opinion. I'm just gonna keep it a bug. You know what I mean? So, like...
It's been real true.
You should get that title, like, early bloomer. Like, what the fuck?
I'm old as hell. Hell bloomer.
Old as fuck.
Old as fuck. The other one, old as fuck.
Crosses it, old as fuck.
That's pretty funny.
That's funny.
It's a joke.
Yeah, that's how I feel about that, though. Compassion. Yeah. How do you feel about it? I mean,
I like what y'all talking about. I like the words y'all saying.
I like, but y'all appreciate it, bro. I like it.
I agree with y'all.
I agree with you. That's cool.
Damn. But yeah, I mean, if there's no more to add on that, I think I'm ready to just go into my topic. So, with Chris, as he's talking about awareness of creation and essentially like being aware of the potential, about all the potential around you. Like literally, bro, we could literally make a I mean, we'll probably get evicted. We'd probably be evicted at some point, but we could make a fucking treehouse in that tree if we wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Like, the potential's limitless, but of course, you know, with social constructs and whatnot. But like,
with gardening, I would see how can it actually be done. So I had to be like, okay, like it instantly started happening. So I was like, okay, we probably have to talk to some people. Yeah, that's why I instantly started going off on.
And so it's like you see the potential, and by trying new things out, you you're faced with like new doors essentially to open.
Yeah.
It's like that scene in Insidious. I don't know if y'all seen Insidious or not. Like, I think it's the second one or the first one.
I haven't seen the second one.
Well, basically, there's this scene where the dad's trying to go back to his son, and he's faced with like two doors. He's faced with like two doors, and like he has to go through one of them, right? Because he's like trying to get his son from hell or some shit. Because he's like captive by the devil. And
actually an astral plane.
Oh, was it the astral plane? Okay. Well, basically, he's like trying to go back, and there's like these two doors, right? Well, like imagine like an infinity amount of doors. And you get to choose one because of like, okay, so even before you're like faced with all these doors and shit, right? You're basically like, okay, for example, I could collect all these fucking feathers on the ground and make something out of it. Like, just think about like all these feathers on the ground. I can make like a sweater out of it. Fuck it, right?
So that's something you're trying. That's the door you're entering.
Yeah.
And then when you enter that door,
there's more doors. I feel like there's more doors.
But
and then
also,
they keep leading to more doors and more doors.
Yeah, that's literally the breaking down.
Yeah,
you see all your ideas and all the potentials.
And it's cool because you really never know until you try it. You never know
until you get to that point. Like after you do the thing after you make the thing with the feathers, then there's the next part. There's more, and you don't see those doors until. But you can see those doors. But, but that's the whole. Seeing the big picture, and that's like maybe that's not the best thing. Maybe it's okay to just start, just Just do what's in front of you.
Yeah, I can see
Door
how,
by door.
how overwhelming it is.
Yeah, it can be overwhelming.
I wouldn't wish it on anyone.
No,
I
absolutely.
wouldn't wish it on anyone. That's crazy.
But I think it's beautiful that we are given the opportunity to do such a thing. That we are given the.
Sometimes.
Well, that's
and I'm not even talking about on a bureaucratic level. I'm just talking about like on a human existence level. Like fuck the regulation and everything else outside of it. Like I'm just talking about like the fact that we have free will. We essentially have free will as human beings. You know what I'm saying? Even though we're told otherwise by laws and shit. Like I'm just it's cool as fuck. I know I started it like with the treehouse and shit and like how we can't actually do that. But
bro, he wants to start a revolution, bro.
I start steering. Nah, bro, I was talking about that movement earlier. But no, I'm joking. And also on all jokes aside though.
We're joking.
But like it's funny though because like it's not funny, but it's beautiful in the sense that like you never really know the potential until you're tapped into like the awareness of it.
And also another thing, but I have to talk about free will because it's so fascinating to me.
It is. Very fascinating.
I don't think we do have free will, to be honest.
Really?
No.
What?
Like, I think.
I mean, that's a way to view it.
Yeah, it's like.
But you could also view it as we do. You know?
It's whatever you want to go about.
Yeah,
you know?
it's
Why
either
do
one.
you say we don't?
I have no will to do bad. Like, I can do so much bad right now.
But you have the potential.
But the thing is like, you don't go there.
Listen, I understand you don't have a single bad bone in your body, but like, just think about everybody has the potential.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to like highlight. It can happen.
Whatever,
Obviously, I'm not trying to like
whatever this body is just like.
It
will happen. It will happen in that moment.
Even if you don't want it to.
Even if you don't want it to.
But,
like,
but you're so like.
But back to the thing. Even if you don't want it to.
Yeah.
Like, that's why it goes back to you don't have free will. Like,
yeah. Then it's like. It's like you have a plan, then you become aware of it. Then it's like you work with God.
Oh.
So he's like, oh, okay, we're chilling now. You know what I mean?
So this is meant to happen.
Yeah.
I get you.
Everything in its own totality.
Nothing wasn't.
Nothing wasn't. So his whole existence is a major plan.
That. Okay.
If you're given the hindsight of seeing it all.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, this is fucking wild, bro.
It is wild.
And there's a song I want to talk about real quickly by Marvin Gaye. Man, I wish I remembered. I'm so sorry. If I literally brought it up to say I'm sorry. I forgot. It's just like, oh man, it's the first song of his fucking famous album. Anyways, going back to what he's saying, bro. Come back to it. He was talking about going back in possibilities and like this possibility opens up a new possibility and a new possibility.
I think I said mainly that part. I think I'm gonna just follow it up with some like anecdotal like experiences and whatnot. Like I feel like from past experiences, like specifically like who knows what I'd be doing right now if I never started bought my own mic and made music, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just like it's crazy because I don't know essentially where I'm headed.
That's crazy.
It's crazy because I don't know where I'm gonna end up. I don't know where I'm gonna go. But that's for me to figure out along the way as more doors get opened up, you know? And so it's cool because, like, I literally said that in one of my more recent songs. Like, I have no idea where I'm going. No one knows exactly where they're gonna go, you know? And so I think it's just cool, man. It's just cool as fuck. It's cool as fuck. Like, that's the best way I can explain it. It's just cool as fuck. Yeah, it's pretty tight, man.
Like, this is real cool right now.
Now that's fucking cool as fuck.
Let's get close up on that. Just
like, Heber just trying to Google image what I'm trying to say in that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's literally the description of what I'm trying to say. Like, that's literally all. That's
think about that,
bro. This is literally the fucking topic. Like, just that.
I didn't even realize.
Use Heber as the.
Like I said that before even realizing that this was on. You know, it's kind of like Miguel started making music, and like I don't know, like obviously you didn't think about
music.
Like when you first started making music, like there's no way you thought it like come to this, you know?
Absolutely.
I'm like, but you did, huh?
But you
You're
did.
fucking genius, bro.
Fucking genius.
Fucking genius, what it is.
I've always been the kind of
bro,
person.
we need to leech him.
I've always been the kind of person that if I start something, I'm gonna like push it.
That's what's up, bro.
So like I know you be asking people, Chris, like how far do you want to take this? I feel like for me, it's always as far as
all
it
the
can
way.
go. Yes, it's always all the way for me.
But how far do you want to take it? You know? Like I don't think you've thought far enough. You know what I mean?
No, I mean I have now, but like when I first started, no.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely
naturally.
not. I didn't even know I was gonna get a home studio and shit. You know
I'm
what I mean?
trying to fucking see how far you can go. You know?
Oh my god, I'm gonna sell out arenas, bro. Like that's
like
what,
even
that's what
bird,
I'm
like
It's
it's not even that, bro. It's
more
like how much influence you can have on the population and as a whole species, you know?
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to like if you see leaving a mark,
there's ways that haven't even been made yet.
oh my god, bro.
That's
like
what I'm
you can
trying to
make
figure out.
teams and shit and like
I'm trying to touch on
oh
things
my
that haven't been touched
God,
yet.
bro. Like bro made the stop sign. That fool intelligent, bro. Like goddamn.
That's
The
nice.
stops, like,
That's
bro, fucking
That fool
A.
intelligent.
Like, Kanye was talking about, like, I want to make a deal so good, they don't know me, you know?
funny.
I
Yeah.
don't make my car. Like, who made the stop sign? Like, that's a god idea.
I'm like Henry Ford. Look at
They don't
this.
know me.
They don't know me. That's the
Yeah.
whole point. That's what I'm like,
A little anonymity don't hurt.
Anonymity behind creations is a great thing
Yeah.
because then there's no person attached to it anymore. It gets rid of like a god essentially. You know, it gets rid of you see a thing and you think of a person because you don't need to think about the person a lot of the times.
Yes.
There's a lot of benefits to it, you know, like because people are good and bad, you know, and seeing and attaching. Like we see it a lot with cancel culture nowadays, where a person does a bad thing, and then their creation can no longer be enjoyed. You know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh
And
my god.
So it's like well, that sucks. You know. That
Yeah.
sucks. So
Yeah,
anonymity is great, I think.
in Islam, there's no image of God.
Really.
There's no God. There's God, there's Allah, but like there's no like in Christianity there's like Jesus Christ,
Like a human embodiment.
the human embodiment. But in Islam, there's no one. It's just a cube. So it's so like I'm like, bro,
Oh,
this evolution of a
that's
religion
nice.
is so good,
That's
bro.
nice.
Like I'm like, oh my god, it makes sense. what
That's
your
so
father is.
cool.
And I'm like,
That's
bro, like, oh my god, Habibis and Habibis has got it, bro. Like I get it.
That's nice. I like that.
Like this marketing is incredible. Like Allah, He did it, bro.
Yeah, because the Jesus part always threw me off when I was a kid. You know?
Wow.
Yes,
Well,
Oh
absolutely.
God, for real?
Yeah, it throws a lot of people off.
Why?
Well, because this is a human,
Yeah.
but yet,
Oh, like, so this is God?
people talk about him as if he's God, because he is. But then that's a hard concept to understand.
I don't think a lot of people actually understand.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't.
the point. That's the thing. That's why it's difficult. That's why it tripped me up. And
You
it,
think about that fool on the cross looking at me like directly eyed, you know what I mean? Like what?
like it took me a while
Like,
to understand that Jesus is just the human embodiment of God.
Yeah.
But that
of course.
That's everyone. That's everything.
Yeah,
That's
that-
all things.
yeah. So then Jesus was just a guy.
We should
Jesus
title
was
this
just a
episode
guy.
"Becoming Atheists."
Jesus was just the guy who became aware of the whole nature of reality, and was given the hindsight and actually spoke about it.
Oh wow. So Jesus. Wow.
Jesus is just a normal guy.
Oh, that's
Buddha is a normal guy.
That's another understanding.
Like Buddha is just a homie, bro.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Like, bro, I see what fucking Buddha was talking about, bro. Like, I see what Kanye be talking about, like, oh, I love everyone, and he talking about like loving like Hitler and shit. And then like, oh, I get it, I know what he's doing. Like, he's seeing everyone as human beings, right? Not rather than loving them what they actually. It's like he's seeing like, cause like,
Yeah.
like God forgives all type of shit.
That's like I think that goes back to like like the compassion side of it, or like the empathetical side of it. Like, oh wow, like at the very simplest form, you can understand someone.
Yeah, it's big. But then you can change people's lives.
Like
Compassion.
like Hitler. Like even though I'm not really, I don't think anyone here is really like. Like I get canceled for this, but like no, like I don't think anyone that's sitting here.
This gets clipped and this pops up and just him like, I don't think Hitler's a bad
I'm
guy.
like they're like Scopic and Kanye, both fuck with Hitler. No,
Yeah.
I mean listen, I
That'd
just
be
feel
funny.
like even though I feel like none of us sitting here are fully can fully agree with what Hitler did was okay, but
Yeah, that wasn't cool.
you can understand why he did it, you know. And I sure still haven't looked into why he fully did it, but I'm sure there was like in his mind he probably thought it was like he was doing
there's ideas behind benefits of understanding evil and how people get to evil, because anybody is capable of that.
Yeah, we've
like
done that.
as humans we're all capable of that, and so there's a certain power to understanding how a person could get that low, could get that deep.
Yeah.
but it's all an embodiment of something that's trying to experience, so we can all like learn from it.
Oh wow, yeah. Like I guess in some sense, like that needed to happen.
That needed to happen,
so that we
like,
could see. That.
It's in a very unfortunate.
Well, not needed to, but it was going to.
It was going to happen.
It was going to.
Wow. No matter if Hitler was in the like, there's this book called Radical Spirituality. It's fucking crazy. Like everything was meant to happen, and we, like something like us souls picked these bodies, so we simultaneously like, yeah, this is the life I want to pick, you know, and we're like, before we even being born, we picked this life. And I was like, so the guy who picked like Hitler's or whatever, like he knew what that, but he saw the bigger picture, you know, like what that needed to happen. Like it was gonna happen. It is what it is. So it can be like, oh, a lot of people be like, oh, that's fucked up. I can't like do that, but like, you just try your best not to be that. To be honest.
Yeah. So.
That get me?
Yeah. Y'all get me? Y'all get me?
I get you, bro.
No, yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Like it's like you really don't know until you just keep going through them doors. And I guess I understand it's pretty overwhelming, you know, like y'all brought up. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end it off with that. You know who you remind me of, bro? You remember them little mouses from Shrek? Them little 3 mouses. They're like, I think they're blind.
A fucking blind rat.
No, it's not a rat. It's a fucking mice.
You call me a blind rat right now,
it's
bro.
It's not a rat.
You wear these, bro.
They look better on me.
That's like, fuck you, bro.
Like, I don't want to. These literally will make me go blind.
Yeah, don't wear them.
I'm not. I mean, I wore them, but I wasn't.
I saw you. I'm like, bro, it's suffering right now.
Like, bro, you understood that, huh? You literally could feel what I was feeling.
Yeah, I was like, bro, it's fucking going through right now. I knew.
I'm like,
I'm like, but you learned. I was like, I think you learned. You're not doing it.
That's a hard ass way to learn.
Yeah, you learn through suffering. A lot of people learn like that.
Yeah, but.
Yeah.
Type shit.
And anyway, you wanted to end it off in the big picture thing?
Oh yeah, I was really just gonna talk about like my experience and how I got out of it, not out of it, but like really seeing or understanding. Well, because previously, I guess I want to describe a bit about how I
look
viewed.
real cool right now.
Thanks. A bit about how I view. You know, I described it earlier a bit, but really it's like I would think of a concept of a creation, and this would happen with music, but I'm mainly just gonna be talking about the videos I'll be trying to make, because I would plot them out very largely, and think about pretty much all the production process, the entire production process. And the best way to do that, and it's like continuous thinking of that, and because there was so much thinking of it, it grew, it kept growing, and so the actionable processes of it, there wasn't as much action as there was plotting of it.
Hell yeah.
And then obviously that happened with every single one of them, and it even happened with other creations just naturally, because that's just, I guess, like that. I overthink things a lot. That's part of just how I am, but I'm learning to make that a better thing, you know.
Yeah.
Or you know, to use that in the best way.
It's the best thing about you, bro.
Yeah, bro. I guess
you just have to learn how to use it.
Yeah, for sure. And then yeah, definitely. And I thought I could just like I guess like hustle through it if I just hustle through it, you know. But it's honestly too much to hustle through. It's like it's actually not possible.
Take it step by step. It's possible.
Man. Yeah, it's possible, but
you're not a machine.
If you focus on the present moment, though, I guess, and you start back, you know. And I didn't realize that until my girlfriend talked to me about it, and she was like helping me, and like and that, like about how I should just she helped me like realize that, like, you know, to focus on like the actionable step, and that should be the main focus. And that's where I've been at with that, and I think it's gonna be a great change. I think it is a great change. But yeah, also, you know, like learning how to use this overthinking.
Yeah, there's a thing I put in the system called reality nudge, and it's literally the thing you're talking about. It's like, bruh, like, be real, you know what I mean? This is like, bro, like, think about this shit. This is what most of your focus needs right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I added like the reality nudge. I'm like, bro, I want to see how this can be like a whole like website and like shit.
We be on
That's when
OnlyFans
you
and shit. Sumtales OnlyFans.
Fuck no, I'm
We
not doing
should
that.
start a Patreon, gang. Anyways, I'm sorry, I got really off track with that.
How
Yeah, look, need my shades back, bro. I'm sorry. How what?
But what, bro? What sun's
It
hitting
centers
him?
my
Literally
it
no
centers my
sun is hitting
attention.
him.
Okay.
Centers my attention. I'm
No,
sorry.
bro, do you see me right now,
I'm
bro?
so tapped. I'm
You're
tapped,
tapped
back in.
into fucking bullshit, bro. This wasn't whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We all good?
Yeah.
Well, that's been some tales for y'all. Is that we end it?
Yeah.
Is that we? Well, that's been some tales for y'all.
Thank you guys for watching.
It's your host, scopic, aka OGKO.
Jhordy?
It's been Heber.
Much love. Make sure to like and subscribe.
One love.
One love.
Let us know your thoughts down below.
That's funny
We
as
appreciate y'all
fuck.
for watching, listening, supporting. Until next time,
Godspeed.
Godspeed.
I don't know this shot.
Yeah, we gotta get a thumbnail.
We gotta get a quick shot.